In this painting, trees reflecting on the water and the pair of swans on the waters captures a serene, romantic. Using acrylics, it features vibrant, warm-toned trees using yellow and orange on a bank mirrored in calm, muted water, typically with a pair of white swans creating soft ripples, symbolizing tranquil beauty, love, and seasonal change. Creating a sky and water background by using only black and white acrylics with vertical strokes. And first start at the left side and right side of the canvas. First use little darker shade of the grey color as you move to downwards to the horizon, and just use long continuous vertical sweeps from top to bottom. Do not stop midway and you will leave start and stop marks. While this paint is wet, lightly run a clean dry brush vertically over the transition areas to soften the lines between the dark and light section. The bottom half, the water mirror effect to make it look like a water body, mirror the values of the sky. If the sky is dark at the top, the water should be dark at the very bottom. So, water often looks more realistic if the vertical strokes are slightly more broken than the sky. Use a flicker motions or varying pressure to create thin white vertical lines which mimic lines reflecting off ripples. Dip the tip or hairbrush in white and using vertical motions, create streaks of light in water directly beneath the brightest part of the sky. Now creating distant trees, bushes and water reflection using palette of black, orange and yellow, and to make trees and bushes appear far away. Here I am using flat brush with black acrylic and holding the brush vertically, just tapping motions and painting them less detailed and with softer edges. This is the shadow and depth part, and a reflection should mirror the colors of the object above them. Use downward vertical strokes to pull that. Next, I am using orange color. Continue the same techniques and just dabble on the foliage of distant trees to create a natural, less defined textures that mimics leaves at the distance. As it is the same and vertical strokes to pull the colors of the bushes and trees into the water area while the paint still slightly wet. As it is the same, next continue with yellow color and just continue. The reflection should mirror the colors of the object above them, just downward vertical strokes to pull the colors of the tree, bushes. The first black, next orange, then yellow, and into the water area while the paint is still slightly wet. Now I am going to creating two trees with black trunk, orange and yellow foliage, and water reflection. Involves manipulating light, color and perspective to represent depth. The mirror techniques, reflection of the tree is vertical mirror image. The darkest part of the trunk should be mirrored darkest and the foliage color should be reflected directly below. The black trunk provides a strong vertical contrast to the soft horizontal and vibrant orange-yellow reflections, encouraging the composition. And just ensure the highlights on the tree trunk and leaves are consistent, indicating a single light source which creates long shadows and a glowing effect. Orange and yellow foliage paired with yellow sun suggest autumn, and just use yellow or highlights on the foliage and orange for midtones. Using a horizontal slightly wavy brushstrokes on top of the base watercolor to create the effect of the movement, mirroring the orange and yellow of the leaves too. To make the water look realistic and horizontal ripple lines over the reflection, using a thin liner brush and a lighter color like white or grey. The shapes of trees and bushes along the horizon line using black and orange and top yellow, and keep the shape small and simple to maintain the illusion of distance. Directly below each trees and push small amount of black paint, next orange, then yellow vertically into the water area. Add yellow highlights to the top of the trees to show light catching them. Finish by adding thin horizontal yellow and orange lines across the water to represent moving light on the surface. Now I am going to create the two swans on this water and just create the number 2 shapes for the neck and a rounded body with a painted tail. And first fill the base color with black and next using the pure titanium white to highlight the top of the back and head. And using a small detail brush to add small triangles of orange to the heads with a black dots for the eyes. The pair of swan looking flat and using little grey color subtle highlighting on the top of the wings and head, stimulating light hitting the feathers, and using the small brush and just add the texture and small little white and dabs around the base of the swans to represent ripples or sparkling water. And next, water reflection. Use a dry brush techniques with white on the water directly under the swans, creating wavy horizontal lines to show the movement of water and the reflection. To ensure the water looks flat, all reflection strokes should be primarily horizontal, mimicking the broken effect of ripples. Use the same color from the sky or landscape above, but soften them. Reflections often appear blurrier and greener than the original subject. Apply titanium white and just horizontal tabs for the brightest, most intense reflections where the light directly hit the water. A final thin represent layer of paint can be added over the top to the harmonious the colors and make the reflection look more integrated into the water. Just observe your painting and add more elements, texture, refine edges, small details like footprints, a few scattered falling snowflakes by flicking water down white paint on canvas.